Hi everyone, welcome back to Discover and Learn. We all adopt a lot of methods and techniques to start speaking in English fluently and confidently. There are lots of practice sessions we do. We practice in different ways. We take up different topics to start speaking in English and to develop fluency and confidence in speaking in English. But today I'm going to tell you what is the most important thing which will help you to become fluent and confident in speaking in English. If you take care of this thing, if you start working on this skill, you will definitely become fluent and confident in speaking in English in no time without any efforts. So guys, on that note, welcome back to my channel. I am your communications coach and a soft skill trainer by profession. And I'm here to help you out with all your communications problems and to help you speak English fluently and confidently. But if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, quickly subscribe my channel guys. Like and share my videos. Do write your comments in the comment section. And do not forget to press the notification icon so that you get all my videos on time, free of cost, and access to all the amazing content on this channel. What you have to do is stay tuned, stay connected and watch my entire video to master this skill. So today I'm going to talk about this important thing which we need to focus on in order to learn to speak this language fluently and confidently. Right? We do use a lot of techniques, we do use a lot of activities, we include a lot of activities to start practicing English speaking so as to develop fluency and confidence. But we miss out on this important aspect or skill or focus area. If we start understanding what is more important or what is the most important thing which we need to take care of to start speaking English fluently and confidently, we will definitely become fluent and confident in speaking in English in no time. For sure. Let's see what this is. So I'll give you a background about what I'm trying to say because you also need to relate to it. Now, when we speak in English on any topic or during any conversation, whatever we talk about, the main thing is we answer questions, right? We ask a question, the other person answers the question, again they ask a follow-up question and we answer that question. So in this way, the conversation goes on and on. Right? Do you agree with this? Yes. Think about it. So it always starts with a question and answering that question. So the first thing is if we get in the habit of answering questions quickly, it will be much easier for us to start speaking in English. Right? So we need to get in the mode of answering questions. Now why I'm saying this? You might say that it's very common, right? People ask questions, we have to answer that because that is a conversation which is going on. But when somebody asks us a question in a different language, we get nervous. Even if we know the answer, we are not able to say that. Right? And if the same question is asked in your mother tongue, you are much comfortable answering that question. So that is why I always tell you, take some questions every single day, at least 5 questions every single day and get in the habit of answering those questions, right, in English so that you develop the habit of answering questions in English as well, along with your mother tongue. So whenever any question comes up, any conversation you had with your family or outside in your mother tongue, you can come and recreate it in English as well. Just to make sure that you are getting into a habit of, answering questions or having a conversation in this way, right? So this is the first thing you have to take care of. Get in the mode or habit of answering questions. So this is very important. Once you develop this skill, whenever people will ask you a question in English also, you will not get nervous. You will not get uncomfortable answering the question. Okay, so this is one thing you have to take care of. And then next, while having a conversation, we do answer questions, but what kind of questions we answer? It's not only yes or no. When somebody asks you a question, did you go to school yesterday? The person is not only looking for yes or no. There is something which the person is looking at, right? There was an event yesterday, and that is why probably the person is asking, did you go to the school yesterday? Maybe to attend the event, right? So you just can't say, no, I didn't go to school yesterday. Okay, so you have to say something, right? I didn't go to school yesterday because I was not well, or I didn't participate in the event, or I had some other engagements, whatever. So you talk about it in detail, right? So this detailing, you have to get in the habit of detailing, giving the details. Okay, so whenever somebody asks you a question, give some details, give some reasoning, give some logic, right? That is another thing you need to focus on. If somebody has asked you, what is your favorite color? So if somebody has asked me, for example, what is your favorite color? I can't just say, oh, red is my favorite color. Yeah, I should say something else also, right? Probably why I like red color, right? So I'll say red is my favorite color because it looks so bright and colorful, and I love colorful things. Okay, probably you can give this answer. So in this way the conversation goes ahead. If you just say, oh, red is my favorite color, and you just stop, the conversation will stop then and there, right? So you have to say something, you have to give some details in it, right? It's so bright and colorful, that is why I like this color. And then again you can ask a follow-up question, what is your favorite color? And in this way the conversation will go ahead. So that is why detail is very important. Give some explanation, give some detail, give some logic, give some reasoning to whatever you are saying, whether it is a yes or no answer as well. Okay, as simple as what is your favorite color, as simple as why did you go to school yesterday, or as simple as what are you doing these days, right? So any question, anybody asks you a question, just try to give some details to the answer. This will help you to go ahead with the conversation. So whenever you practice English speaking, whatever topic you take, whatever questions you take, whatever conversation you take, just try to include some details in it. Okay, not just a yes or no answer, right? So you get into the habit of including some details into your conversation, your practice session. It will help you to answer questions in this way later also when you're having a conversation in English with people outside. Okay, for example, somebody has asked me a question, how was your Diwali? I don't want to give much details to it. I don't want to elaborate. I'm not very fluent in English, so I don't want to tell the whole thing in detail. So how do I say that? Probably in 3-4 sentences, I want to finish my conversation. So how do I say this? Yes, Diwali was wonderful. I had a great time with my family and friends. We decorated our house and we had good food to celebrate Diwali. That's it. You don't have to give a lot of details, but just give some details, basic details, so that the person listening to you will also get interested in talking to you, and probably they can ask a follow-up question also. Okay, or you can also ask a follow-up question so that the conversation can go ahead. So detailing is very important. Simple, small details. That's it. The third thing is, whenever you are having a conversation, you talk about a lot of things, right? For example, if somebody has asked you, how was your weekend? For example, I have given the example of Diwali, so I won't repeat that. So I'll take another example, like how was your weekend? Okay, now how do we answer this question? Whatever we have done during weekends, we try to talk about it. So in short, I have to describe what we have done or what comes to our mind, right? So whatever comes to our mind or whatever we have done, which we can think of, we have to describe that. Okay, so description, how to describe something is also very important in conversations, right? Every conversation starts with a question, right? Every question needs some details, and every question needs a description also. Like if you're talking about your experience, if you're talking about a story, if you're talking about any incident of your life which you have witnessed, right, or anything you are just recalling and talking about, so you have to describe that in detail. Now we all get nervous while describing something. If somebody has asked us a question in English like how was your weekend, and we start thinking like where to start from or where to finish, right? So we get uncomfortable, we get nervous. That is why in order to avoid this nervousness and uncomfortable situation, we have to start practicing English speaking in a way wherein we know how to describe something. And that is where some habits really help us. Like as I told you that you can develop a habit of describing your meal, describing your day, or planning your day. These things, if you include every single day, like 3 times a day, if you do it, it will be much easier for you to describe anything in English. Okay, so in the morning when you wake up, just take 2 minutes and start talking about your day's plan, which means you are describing everything, like what you are going to do next, what you are going to do next for the whole day, a rough plan you have come up with. When you are having your meal, you are describing the food in detail. What are the flavors, how is it, what you are eating, what you like, what you dislike, everything, right? And before going to bed, you just think about your day, how is it? Take up any incident which has happened and you can just recall and speak on it in detail. So you have to describe the whole incident, the whole day, the whole event. So in this way, you'll get in the habit of describing things. So tomorrow, if somebody has asked you this question, how was your weekend? You will be able to describe it in detail, in sequence, in an organized way, for sure. Let me answer this question for you. This weekend was quite busy for me. I had a lot of plans. So on Saturday, I went out to the mall to buy some gifts for my friends and relatives, as I didn't get time before, and I had lunch outside. When I came back, I decorated my house. The next day I had planned to go to my friend's house. So I went there, we had Diwali party, and I came back home later in the evening. So Saturdays and Sundays were jam-packed. It was very busy for me, but I had a lot of fun. Okay, so I started with Saturday, what I did on Saturday, and then I came to Sunday, what I did on Sunday and how it ended, right? So this is how, if you get in the habit of describing things in detail, in a sequence, in an organized way, it will be much easier for you to start speaking in English whenever somebody has asked you something, right? To speak on any topic. You will not get uncomfortable, you will not get nervous, and you will be able to deliver it. So guys, take care of these 3 things. Focus on these 3 things while you're practicing English speaking. It's not only about practicing on any topic, just speaking randomly on any topic. The important thing is what areas you are focusing on while speaking. So these 3 areas you just need to focus on while you are speaking in English, and you will see the results very soon. You will get fluent and confident in speaking in English in no time without any efforts. Take it from me. So guys, I hope you had a great Diwali, and please let me know how you celebrated Diwali in the comment section. So guys, that's it for today. I'll see you in my next session. Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, keep watching, and keep exploring. See you. Bye-bye and take care.